Good evening, friends. Myself, Dr. K.P. Tiwari, Assistant Professor of Physics, presently posted at Government E. Raghavendra Rao PG Science College, Bilaspur. Today, I will teach you Lorentz transformation and its consequences, which is given in your syllabi, paper 3rd, Electrodynamics, unit 3rd. So, come to the point. The Lorentz transformation equation. To find the transformation equation, let us consider two frame of references. One is S with origin O and another is S dash with origin O dash, which are coincide each other at time interval t is equal to 0. Taking the coordinates x dash 0 0 t dash for frame of reference S dash and coordinate x 0 0 t for the frame of reference S. Let frame of reference S dash is moving towards x direction with the uniform velocity v. So at any interval of time t, it will be vt distance away from the origin of the frame of reference S dash. With the help of the friend at S, the observer located in the frame of reference S dash also measure the distance from the event to the origin of S dash as x dash under root 1 minus v square upon c square. Now the actual distance measured by the observer located in the frame of reference S for any events is equal to x is equal to vt plus x dash under root 1 minus v square upon c square, or x dash is equal to x minus vt whole upon under root 1 minus v square upon c square. Now the postulate of relativity implies that the light moving with speed c along in x direction will travel at speed c minus v in the other inertial frame, and it will emit a spread in spherically, so that the radius r is equal to ct given for frame of reference S, and the radius r dash is equal to ct dash given for the frame of reference S dash because of the time coordinate t dash and t, so that the equation Cartesian coordinate equation can be given for both the frame of references is as x square plus y square plus z square minus c square t square is equal to 0, and for another frame of reference it is x dash square plus y dash square plus z dash square minus c square t dash square is equal to 0. The left hand side of both the equation is different, but the right hand side is 0. So by comparing the both, we get the equation x square minus c square t square is equal to x dash square minus c square t dash square. Now we combine this with the equation relating x and x dash. We get the equation for the time interval as t dash is equal to t minus vx upon c square and whole upon under root 1 minus v square upon c square. So that we can summarize the Lorentz transformation equation as x is equal to x dash plus vt upon 1 minus under root v square upon c square, y is equal to y dash, z is equal to z dash, and t is equal to t plus t is equal to t dash plus vx का dash upon c square. This is called the Lorentz transformation equation. Here y dash is equal to y dash, y is equal to y dash, and z is equal to dash dash because the motion is only in x direction. Now let us consider the inverse Lorentz transformation equation. Means the observer situated in frame of reference S dash feel that the frame of reference S is moving towards the minus x direction with the uniform velocity minus v. So by changing the sign and direction, we get the inverse Lorentz transformation equation as t dash is equal to t minus vx upon c square whole upon 1 minus v square upon c square, x dash is equal to x minus vt whole upon 1 minus v square upon c square, y dash is equal to y, and z dash is equal to z. This one is called the inverse Lorentz transformation equation, where the quantity v square minus c square tends to 0 if v is very less than c, and also v upon c square also tends to 0 whenever the v is very less than c. Means for the lower velocity these two quantities goes to 0, and the Lorentz transformation equation becomes equivalent to the Galilean transformation equation, which is true for the low velocity. Now the application part of the Lorentz transformation equation is called consequences of Lorentz transformation. First one is length construction. Length construction means the length of any object for two observers having the different situations are different, that is not same, and the difference is called the length construction. Let us consider any object in frame of reference S dash. The the coordinate of two end of that object is suppose x1 का dash and x2 का dash. So x2 का dash minus x1 का dash will give you the actual length of the object, that is represented here by L0, and the coordinate of the object for the observer situated in the frame of reference S is suppose x1 and x2, then x2 minus x1, which is equal to L0. Observed length is observed by the observer which is situated in frame of reference S. Then with the help of the Lorentz transformation equation, x2 का dash minus x1 का dash will give you the x2 minus x1 whole upon under root 1 minus v square upon c square, and substituting the actual value which we considered earlier, we get L0 is equal to L upon 1 minus v square upon c square, or you can say that L is equal to L0 under root 1 minus v square upon c square. So it is very clear that because the quantity under root 1 minus v square upon c square is less than 1, so that we can say that L is less than L0. Means the length observed by the stationary observer is always less than the length observed by the moving observer if the object is moving with the moving observer. So this is called the length construction, and which is not invariant but relative. Come to the another slide, that is time dilation. Time dilation means the time observed for any events happening in frame of reference S days is different as observed by the observer situated in the frame of reference S. Suppose the time interval of the any two events occurring in frame of reference S days is denoted by t del of t days, and same for the frame of reference S is del of t. Then similarly then we calculate the time interval with the help of the Laurent transformation and get del of t dash is equal to del of t under root 1 minus v square upon c square. Again this under root 1 minus v square upon c square quantity is very less than 1, so we can say that del of t is greater than del of t dash, which is shown here as t is equal to gamma t. Means the actual time observed, the time observed by the both the frame of references are not same. This is known as the time dilation, and time is also not invariant, but it depends on the motion and position of the observer. Thank you very much.